Okay, I am live on YouTube and I live on Twitch. No idea. Uh, okay, I am live on both platforms. Hello. This is gonna be another stream in. This is gonna be a continuation of last stream I did yesterday, where basically I've been working on a language for my own mostly entertainment and education. And the main gimmick of the language is that similar to JavaScript and C Sharp, it's compiled down to some like form of bytecode that is then run by the JVM. So here's the bytecode for a simple function. To be specific, it's the bytecode for this function here. It got compiled to this, and last stream we were able to generate this AST. So in this stream I want to parse the AST and like, yeah, I guess create the program. This is I guess this is where you end up realizing that stuff like assembly is very much it's like kind of like interpreted as after you compile it down to into assembly, but the operating that system and your chip does kind of goes through the instructions line by line, similar to languages like Python. So I guess we're going to kind of be making a bit of a mini interpreter, which is ironic as this is a compiled language. But anyways, so to start, I want to make a new module. We'll call it um ooh, this is a bit hmm runner runner. I don't think this is the best name, but it's the only thing I could come up with now. Okay, also want to do some a bit of refactoring because I'm realizing that inside of the random I'm going to need to access the structs that are defined in the parser, although I don't think they necessarily need to. They're not parser specific, so I think I should maybe also make another module. We'll call this syntax tree rated, and then we can start like moving everything into it. Nope, this side. Okay, I think I'll just, yeah. Although I think that means that I have to make this public. We'll see how the compiler yells at me. Uh, this needs to be, yeah, and I think that's it. Is it going to yell at me? What is it? Um, no problem. We'll just input everything inside of it. Okay. Field is private, of course, of course, of course. And then this one I think also needs to be public. And we're done. Great. So now we need to do a, like, call it runner. No. Yeah, called it runner. And then we're gonna need to create like a state for the VM VM state, right? Like dot VM. Oh, I'm not sure. We'll name it just state right now, right? And it'll have a one program. It'll have a program, which for now we'll have a program just be a node program, and um I think we also need to create a register, as at least in terms of the assembly. The assembly this be this thing here is this instruction here. What it does is that it should theoretically, it doesn't do that now. This is what we implement right now, but the hope is that this would put something onto the stack. So to put the value 420 on the stack, specifically the 32-bit integer stack, which I don't know if it does this in like normal assembly. In normal assembly, well, I say normal assembly, I mean x86. I believe there are different registers that you put the values into, and in WASM, which is what this is mostly based on, I'm actually not sure if this is like one continuous stack or is it each stack for different values. But at least for mine, I'm probably going to do a stack for different values. I just think that's the easiest to implement, and I don't see any problems with it. So I32 stack, which will make a simple vec of I32. Okay, and I think for now that's all we'll need. We shall import date, and let's first do a initializer, and we'll have just be node program. Program, which is going to be of node program, and return itself. And then inside we simply return self program, which will be in there, and then I32 stack will just be a new vector. Great. Now we'll create run, or yeah, I think we'll name it run. Maybe this will change. It needs a mutable reference to self, and maybe should return a result with the OK value being empty, and no, we'll make it so that the OK value is a return type. I think that makes the most sense. So, I mean, I think we need to go like with a node value here. Can either be a node value, or in terms of an error, we'll just do string. Obviously, it's going to complain. Let's just do and okay, running. Once we have a node program, we need to basically go through each of its functions and look for a function that says exports the hashtag start thing. So I guess first things first, let's define the entry point, make it mutable, and we'll just leave it uninitialized for first. It's gonna complain because we don't have a type. Its type will be of node func, and then for once we have the entry point, we now need to go through self dot what bro, yeah, software program. What's going on? Oh, damn it! I forgot how for loops work. Okay, we'll do a func, and for the sake of ease, we'll take this. We'll take a mutable reference to the program, which will be reference self dot program, and then we'll just need to go program dot funcs. No, what's the is behind the shared reference? Okay, that works. Oh, but it's not mutable. No, we don't need to mutate it. Never mind. It's perfectly fine. So if the func if func dot export name dot is some, well, I think I can just go like equals no equals string underscore start be a string start, then oh, to string, and then we can simply say the entry point is going to be equal to that func. No, this can be a reference, and voila, voila, voila. And otherwise, I think we still need to like store a reference to it, as we need in case another thing calls it, we know exactly what we're running. So we can go functions will be a vec of node funcs, and then we need to then here functions here vec new, where inside of here not only do we need to put an entry point here, wait, no, I think this should be a reference rather. Oh no, a reference would mean we need to work with like lifetimes and stuff. Man, I really don't want to be messing with lifetimes. You know, for now we'll just duplicate it. We'll just duplicate it. Who cares anyways? So first things first, we need to go into we need to go into self dot functions dot 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 push value, which will be func dot go. Okay, no. We need to derive the clone thingamabob. Oh no, we can just go. What am I looking for? Inside of func, it's going to need to do comma clone and copy. Okay, so not just instruction needs to also implement clone, and value needs to also do clone type. Okay, so this works here, and we have the entry point. now that we have the entry point, we can simply go we have the ident, we have that, we have instructions. So I guess we need to start interpreting the instructions, and this is where I want to. This is kind of why I wanted to separate it, as I think it'd be best if we do something like impl node func, and then it itself has its own run. Run should have state, I think should have a reference to the state, immutable. Although I think doing this, Russ might complain. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. And a self reference to self. So when we're running this thing, we basically want to go through the list of instructions. For instruction in self dot instructions. Then again, we need to do another impl because problem. That's not shown. Instructions dot run with its own reference to the state. And then it's gonna complain because that doesn't exist. That's perfectly fine. Node instruction and run self and the state. Although this is where I'm afraid the bird chick may start screaming at me. We shall see. Oh no! Oh my! Huh. I mean, I'm not gonna question it. I'm just very happy that bird chicken decided not to beat my ass for trying to run a mutable reference twice. But why does this not complain? No, don't question it. Just be happy. And then inside run, first we need to match the self. You need to match self. Yes. And then match ums. Yes. Once. This will put it into value. So now, should I have a run for node value? I don't think so. It doesn't feel right to me. But we're gonna need to still match node value. Match node value. God damn it. Keep forgetting the correct shortcut. So match arms, which for now it's empty, but not for long, as we need to then put it onto the stack, which we can then go state dot i32 stack push val. Val's gonna complain because it's not the same. We need to dereference. Voila. And then for call. Call and return are a bit harder. So I'm mistaken, call has a string, which means we can. Oh damn! we need to create this into a hash map. We need this to be a hash map. Hash map with the key being string and the value being nude funk. Which means we're gonna complain in a few places. Hash map new and what? Yeah, here's insert key, which would actually be func dot ident and it's cleaning because of func ident. Yep, clone. Alright. Now let's go back here to core ident. And then for core we just need to match. No, we don't need to match anything. We need to state dot functions dot is it get key, which we will say is ident. This work. Oh, right. We're gonna let's say let that, and it can crash. We'll say that unwrap. No, instead of the unwrap, let's format our string, so it's going to be called not fine function and then we'll simply do ident instead of here. Wait, unwrap doesn't take any functions. Am I looking for dot expect? Fixed, yes. And we just need for func dot run date. But this is now giving me issues. What is it complaining about? Oh, that's a problem. Immutable bar carried here. Shit. Oh, god damn it. What's the best way of doing this? This needs a mutable reference for this instruction. Why do I choose to code in Rust? Dude. I'd rather not pass its ownership, or can we? Maybe, but this is unfortunately quite the conundrum. Um, so we can't just have this immutable. I think it's because of here. If I get 100%. Oh? Yeah, I cannot borrow it. Oh, God. I think I'm gonna have to use like. Shit. Man, why did I choose to use the code this in Rust? Ah. Like, what's ironic is that, like, in here, there's no problem. Which kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like, why? Shouldn't the barrel be dropped here? Okay, an idea I have is what we do is that we do that, then equal this. God damn it! Ah, shit. Wait, no. I might be an idiot. Perhaps I can do something along the lines of would you just be a clone of state dot right, this does not implement clone. Right. So and then we can surely this works. What? Wait, let's that's valid. We then do something like underscore. It works. And voila! Let's go. Wait, no program clone is not satisfied. I am so good at Rust. Now my code is safe. Although I do not think this is the correct way of doing it. Including the whole program does not seem smart, but it shall do for now. We just run that and then in the event of a return, that I think that means this needs to return a result. Okay, results. Node value or a string. That means that yeah. And in terms of a node value, let's add a new one. We'll call it fridge. Oh gosh, this is gonna create some of the worst refactoring. But anyways, we'll do that match and then simply do okay. Node type void. What? Oh, run doesn't do. And now it's still gonna complain because yeah. Or wait, no, this isn't the correct way of doing this. The instruction itself will simply push onto the stack, return pop something off the stack, but also gives the message to no, let's remove that and rather return should space return gives the program its final thing. As a fun can return This is a bit tricky. So the third means I need to, on the absolute top level, the function needs to return. So I think maybe we should do an option that should return an optional of either a node type or none. If we do that, this would simply be none is none. This on the other type will return some. We'll have it be first, it needs to pop off from the state dot i32 stack dot pop. Let's go sum of, what does pop do? Because that 32 gives that. Oh no, but it gives me the node type, so I do know what's happening. And just match with node type, and if it's still match arms, yeah, we just need to return some. It's looking for a node. Shouldn't be a node type, should be a node value, node value, and then here we have node value i32 state dot i32 stack dot pop. If it pops an empty stack, it should be giving a void. So maybe let's not do this as simple. We might need to do a lot more, as we need to match what it pops. State dot pop. Match some val means we just need to return a sum of node value i32 val, and then for none we'll just do none. This is complaining because this has an optional. Fine, because I think node should also have an optional. So we don't need the void type. We don't need. Does not appear we need the void type. It was a false alarm. Then we can go match. Get this. Yeah. Some turn some no, return space that, otherwise we do nothing. Okay, And then in terms of here, at least for now, I can't really see having that. And then we will simply do that. We just need to entry point dot run, which is going to be self. No. Control X. We're almost there. We are almost there. Some. Oh damn! I forgot how this thing works. I think you do here, and then there should be some. Cannot ourselves as mutual as it. Yeah, why is this does not need to be mute? And you know what? For the sake of simplicity, we will simply dot clone. Ah, entry point could be uninitialized, but if it is uninitialized, so rather entry point should be an optional none, and then so. Then we just need entry point, and then we can say func. No, we need to do the same thing. Oh, let's val is going to equal entry point dot run. What's going on? Wait, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Oh man, let's see. What is it complete? Oh, I'm a bit of an idiot. Hmm. And then, if that's the case, let's simply print to the console the value. And wait. Voila! Okay. Ah. Now does this work? That is probably the question. DD3 RAM cargo run, and it's right. I believe this is filled with garbage. Right, and then inside of main, I need to actually run the program. So let's state equal, and I don't think anything in here is public. Pub and pub. Now I should be able to go state new program, which means that this thing needs to come after here. The syntax tree. Then we can go state dot run. Right, this needs to be mutable. And then what? Why is it complaining? Semicolon. For now, let's simply disable that. Let's go! Oh, that feels so good. That feels good. That felt absolutely amazing and only took us 47 minutes. Holy. I guess next, because looking at what I have had here, we have variables. So next we should add variables, which you might be thinking, variables? We don't have that in assembly. But in WebAssembly, they are variables. Okay, no. The variables aren't declared here, but I swear I'm not making things up. There are in fact variables. Let's go to WebAssembly. Actually, I wonder if this has box. Last I checked here, no. Never mind. I'll go here. Variable section. You can declare local, get local, right? So yeah, you can say local var that, and then set the var and get the var. So I'm thinking in terms of this syntax, probably not gonna have it exactly like that. I was thinking that in terms of that syntax, it would be something more akin to my mind went blank. Okay, so we'll have a new keyword, local, or because this is I32 dot local space, and we have the dollar signs for function declarations, and I'm thinking for variables we'll just do percentage, and then we can do a, and if we want we could also just do something like this, and this would set a, and in order to, no, I think this might be a bit too fancy, and then I was thinking how we set it to I32 dot local space percentage not too sure because here we have it like that. Local, and we do dot set, right? Percentage a, and I think this would just take the first value on the stack, and then simply we can then do i32 dot local dot get percentage a, and then this would be putting it whatever its value is in a on the stack. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then in terms of here we can just do something like this. Local dot set a, we'll take the first value in the stack, and then to set this up we'll just do .32 dot const space funny number 69, and then it will set that. Okay, we have that. First things first, let's modify the tokens. We've ended the file. What's the new tokens we added are, let's see, local set and get. I think that's it. And then, oh right, added the percentage sign. Although, what do I call the dollar sign? Oh, I just like don't pass the dollar sign. That's a bit funny. Right, because I just have something called func identifier. So we'll just do variable identifier. Sure, right, not that. Var ident, which shall be a string. Okay, here, first things first, here we need to add a new thing for local equal and push token. Oh. Local as well as local set push token set, right, and then and get. Push token. And then we need a validator, which will go here. Percentage sign, and then we can, for the most part, just copy this. And then instead of func ident, it's var ident. Tokenizer finished. Next, let's go to the parser. This is a part of instructions, meaning first things first, I need to syntax a tree. No, let's put syntax tree. In terms of instructions, we have cons, call, return. Then we have local. Although here I'm calling it local because in Ryzen they have local and global, but how necessary is this? I mean, what if all variables are just by default global? I don't think I'd ever need to have a local one, at least because this isn't going to be in the grander schemes of things. This we're not going to write in this. I think the local and set are more important when you're going to be writing within the thing. Although I do believe this may have something to do with like blocks. Yeah, blocks them and create a label that can be branched out with. No, yeah, no, I don't think I really need local. Can't, I just cannot think. Which then raises the question, how do we do this? I guess maybe call it declare. So when you go back to the tokenizer, we don't have local anymore, but we have a declare. And where do we say local? We didn't do dic. Nope, not capital declare. There. And back inside the parser. No, not the parser, syntax tree. In terms of instructions, we have declare with a node variable. We have a set, which again needs a node variable. Let's get also not a node. This will go on complying because node variable doesn't exist. I shall bring it to existence with subtract variable. And what should the variable store? I guess it's ident pub ident, which should just be a string, and right, it's value. Pub space value, which is an optional node value. Okay, and then inside of parse, right here inside of node instruction parse, Maybe let me put the syntax tree like here. Ah, maybe I should just do it here. How does that look? Okay, because I need to first inside of here look in either two. We need to do in the token clear node instruction declare node variable. We need to then match the next token. But next but unwrap and after the declare we should have token var identifier the ident in here and equals node instruction declare okay, that's let variable equal node variable. What does node variable need? An identifier and a value. Oh well, ident, which will simply be value will just have it be none. None. Okay, and then we can then declare node instruction although with that being said I would I think here this should be its own parse just to keep it consistency impulse variable. But node variable has multiple types of parses. Also, I don't think it needs to, it doesn't need to store its values. No, I don't think it needs to store its values. Right, because rather we have it here where fn parse this behemoth of a function signature, but here with it returning a node variable. And then yeah, where we match the token. Once we have token declared, we need to rather x e u right. We will obviously this would consume it itself. Right, right. Ah, okay, so this consumes it, so inside of, yeah, we just need to return this. This is gonna contain first, which means that we need to, because we just need to do node instruction, which I also need to modify because instruction, the node instruction declare needs to have a node type as well. So we'll have this be a struct variable node variable, and then type we will have it be node, type will have be a node, and this kind of needs to be copied for both set and get. All right, and then here we shall then do right. Um, declare, and I will simply do that myself. So we have variable which would be node variable parse. When we parse other times, how do we call this? Um, token new type edit. Okay, we are golden here. As if it's not a validator, our ident, then it is an error which we need to panic. Although in reality, we really shouldn't be panicking. We should be handling errors in a far, far better way. Error this. No, let's copy this one. Fixed variable. That. And it's no more complaining because we need to then do the other tokens, which are set node instruction set with variable. Wait, since it's the same, I wonder if I could. Can I do something like set? No, okay, fair enough. But I will still create a separate function. Not how you do function that. Parse variable, because No, never mind. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Node variable parse tokens and node type. Node type I32. This seems okay. And it's basically the same thing for get. Which is why I initially had the idea, oh, I could create a function. But then that would mean that I'd have to take into account this, and I think it'll just be far too complex. Maybe it would have paid off if I was if I had more. I don't think I'll have much more instructions than this, so we are scrapping it. Sorry. And then no, right, we need to fix this get and I think that's done in terms of parsing the thing. Next, we need to do the runner. Which instructions? We need to match more instructions. Yeah, this is giving me an error as it should. God damn it. Full match arms. Why did it formatted this horrendously? Yeah, no, this formatting is god awful. And use something like right, boom, 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 boom. Right. Oh, we have an error. Oh, because we're giving an optional of a node value or not. For declare, declare wouldn't give a node value, right? Nothing in this thing should give. Yeah, none of these are gonna give a node value, so I can simply do none. 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 And declare. We need to. Right, we need to modify the state actually and have it have a bunch of variables. So variables. Again, gonna just be a hash map of the key being a string and the value being node value. Yeah, that works. That works. So we're gonna do hash map dot, no, not hash map, self no state dot variables dot insert. Now my question is, for insert, does it return something? Do we know if it's already because rather than insert we should we can go if state dot variables dot dot contains key. Go variable. Let's do ident. Let's separate this to separate function ident equal variable. Nope. Dot ident. Then we can then do ident. If it contains that, we need to panic because that should not have happened. Panic declaration variable even though it exists. Okay, right then. Ident. Looks good, looks good. Else we should do state variables dot insert key of ident. Right, there should be an optional option. That's for the clear one. And for set, we need to let some, no, let, if let some are equal of not self, state dot variables get isn't that the whole point of the he would be um let's see, let's when I have what okay, wait, pause. This shouldn't be like this. Unless I have forgotten how Rust works. Should this not oh yeah, no, never mind. It should return in optional. That yeah, no. I forgot how my own code works. It should turn an optional because the variable I'm getting can also be empty as seen here. as if it's uninitialized. For example, when you're declaring it, it would be empty. Hence why it needs to be empty. So we can do var equals no, first we need to get the first value of the stack. So you can say let value equal state dot iterate. How do we know it's iterate2 stack? We need first match, so we know which stack we're doing, which we can get from the node type. Then boom, and then inside of here we will simply say state dot stack iterate2 stack dot pop, which would give us an optional. I think I've popped before. What did I do last time? I needed to pop. Alright, match. We need to match. Although we'll do it. It's another if let's we need to pattern match. If let some yeah, we call it val, and I think we should maybe let's call this variable. Although that's also a bit confusing because we have variable there. Variable underscore val. Although wait, no, I'm an idiot. As regardless of if it's some or none, it should still be we should still set it. So this top thing is kind of useless. And then because right, we're gonna take the node type, which if it's that one, and right, you then need to pop off the stack, which you can then call this val, and we'll simply say state dot stack dot pop. Right. But obviously, if it's here, we then need to assign it into the variable. You can get from state dot variables. Oh wait, damn it. That why did I get rid of that code? It was actually, I was not in fact drunk, I was actually in fact onto something. As this was done because this could fail, right? Some variable val, and then we'll just say val stack val. Can I spell equals state what's at each stack dot pop, which if that case we need to assign that into it, so we can then go variable val is going to equal some node value i32 stack val, and it's complaining. And now it works. Although this looks hella suspicious. Nah, oh no, first of all, that's actually correct, but I think here I think because I need to dereference it. Now complaining somewhere. Where is it complaining? Okay, it's complaining somewhere else. That's fine. That's fine. Man, I'm not too sure about what's going on here. We shall see, we shall see, we shall see. Else, if this doesn't happen, then we need to panic, because panic tried popping stack it empty, and then inside of the get none, and then gonna have to we're actually gonna have to do something extraordinarily similar to this. We need to ident some variable dot get. Although we do not need to get it mutable, we can just get normal get. We do not, because we're not mutating this at all, and we have no type is yeah, we don't need to pop, rather we just need to push it onto the stack. So state dot to stack dot push. Oh gosh, no, because we need to check again if this is sum or none. God damn it. I mean, I get the advantages of having the optional type, but god damn, doesn't make your code hella robust. Like, this is not pretty whatsoever. And I know I could just ignore this, but that would be bad error management, and it's error management. So I need to account for it. Variable val, and then we'll just call this one val variable, and then we shall simply and looks like we're almost gaming. The push push don't have it. Right, we also need to check if no type is that. We will then I think we can just do if let node I32 L of equal L, then yeah, a node always matches Rust. It won't always be like that in the future, I can guarantee you. We can just do state dot I32 stack dot push val. Although it's probably a bad idea to have this value. Oh god, this code looks bad. Oh, it looks so bad. Yeah, but I know it might just sail and then panic. Right. Assigning no assigning type in variable of type data. I really should come up with a better thingy about no type. So match inside here. If it doesn't have that, I think we should panic. We should panic. Panic. Right. Get from variable that is empty. Yet tried to get right get from it. Then we can then do ident. Then actually this doesn't need to be that. It just be that. And I'm almost done. Yeah, cause introduce something else. Variables. Hash map. New. Looks about right. Ugh. Ugh. That looked right. Next, let's just test it. Let's test it. If I am correct, what this will do is I'll call main, which will declare the variable, put this on the stat, set that, although this doesn't really test if it's removing me from the stack. We should maybe do so this gets, then we're gonna set that, which is gonna take this away from the stack. But yet, so 2420, that's correct. Return 69. Yes, okay, and then if I try to do this, it should panic. Let's go. I think with such a victory, we should do some commits me. We'll just put everything. An interpreter AST and variable added. Yes. Now what's next? I guess it would be adding other stacks. So I64 but I64 I32. No, I do have I32. 128. Then I16. Although, is this taking it too far? How much does WASM have? No, yeah, but no, 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 no. I know. No, 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 no. Not what I meant. I need to know what type of values you have. No, but what? Ah, man. Web assembly types. It only has 32 bits and 64. Although it also has a vector type. Because, what other type should I add? I think 64 bits a good bet. 128 seems like a good bet as well. And question, should I natively be able to support um should I natively be able to support smaller things? Because we can just pack this into one, like pack multiple things into the one thing. That's a lot of work on the compiler side, and I'm quite a bit lazy. So I think I'm gonna just do it. I8. Who cares how inefficient this would be? Who the hell cares? So we're gonna do I64 128. Oh, maybe not 128 in terms of integers, although eventually I do plan to do a vector type, and then we'll utilize 122. So let's do this. We add a couple of new tokens. I4 I16 and I8. This is like stupidly repetitive, and I'm curious if there's a way I could like do a better parser. Maybe next stream I work on this. We should add ability to parse this a lot better, or write this a lot better using like Rust's macro system. I think that would be, I don't know about fun, but I figured it would help me in the long run, because doing it like this is a bit irritating. For will this work? Holy moly, it did. 1, 6, 8. And boom, we have left off in terms of tokens. And then I think parse is gonna break, or at least it should break. What? Oh. No, just do a copy. Oh gosh. That's a lot to be copying. It's time to put this in a function. Fn parse instruction. Parse instruction. We need a similar signature to this. And it shall return in a node instruction. It also needs to take the type it's taking in, so we will leverage the node type. Space type node type node type. Not even integer, parse value instruction. And we should kind of do all of this. What's up? Except here's where no type, right? Wherever we see no type, although node value is going to be a bit annoying. Node value is the really irritating one. Unfortunately. No type. What? Oh. It's here where I should put the match. And then when you match, no. Match. Which means we still need to fill in it. Yeah, in terms of syntax, we need to update quite a lot of things. First things here is that we need to go by 64 4 I16, I16, and I8. And similar thing here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Ensues the breakage. Yeah, here's the first break. So, huh? Yeah, full matchups. They basically have nigh identically the same thing. There's maybe some magic I can do. E. Boom. Boom. A. And then. No, right. Wait, how's this too high? Ah, my bad. My bad. Okay, and no, everything is not running yet, even though there are no errors. So first, this should be inside of token either two. Yeah. So this thing needs to be like decimated, because we then need to do a value instruction tokens. The node type is going to be node type A32. And this should then allow me, when creating multiple, it should be a lot easier. That can just be we'll do I16. I64. And I8. Right. We have a bunch of errors here because these match values are not done, because we need to add more stacks. Add more stacks. I32 should be I64. 4 should then be 1 6, and this should be it. Yeah, and then um, boom. There must be a new vector. And here is where things get once again interesting. Specifically here, as we need matching the node values. Match arms, which first of all, do val. Second, we're gonna have to copy this, and then paste this. Then by going here, Control C. Oh damn it! Control C. The okay, damn it! I freaked it up. And then the next value is here. Whoa! What's going on with my formatting? What? Boom, boom. Weird formatting. Not good. But I then need to just kinda do Control C here. Wait, no, let's go like this. Yeah, boom. D, boom. No, V. Let's another flipping go. Control C. Then what? Oh damn. Boom, boom. Control V. No, lowercase i's. Okay, then we can go like here. And I somehow messed this one up. That doesn't exist because I messed up with this thing's name. This one should also be capital. Next error is here. It's basically the same thing. Once again, you are messing with my formatting, but it's okay. It's okay. boom, 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 boom. And it appears to still be complaining about something. Ah, not a problem. Boom. And yeah, the final stretch. Still match arms. Mess up my formatting. Trophy. Oh damn. Kinda messed up my formatting. But that is okay, cause we can. Ah. Six. 4. And 6, 4. I 8. Ah, right. There's this error now. And it is done. Now to test it. Ah. Man. How is the best way to test? Kinda too lazy to make like proper tests. Maybe we'll do that next session. Now we'll just do I8. I already have an error. Base. What? Am I crazy? So no, it's in fact typically happens with I32. That's strange. Ah, because it's here. I16 should equal true. It did. 8 should be 8 I64. Oh right, because of funky stuff, it underflowed. But I'm okay with that. I think I'm gonna end it there for the stream. Uh, for those watching, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed what I'm doing. And yeah, I think that's it.